Welcome back to the Barley Lads. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified when we post new videos like this one. Today we're drinking Wild Turkey Rare Breed. So this is Wild Turkey Rare Breed. This was originally released in 1991. If you want to get a little bit more history about the branding of Wild Turkey or just the history of the distillery, you can go back to one of our first videos. I think it's number 1, 2, or 3. We shot them on the same day. So it's a little disjointed. We apologize for that. But if you want a little bit more history about the brand, you can go back and check out that video. So Rare Breed was originally released in 1991, and it is more or less a higher proof take on the 101. It is a blend of, or at least claimed to be a blend of 6-year, 8-year, and 12-year bourbon. So it is certainly more aged than the 101, but you're going to get a similar taste profile, just definitely at a higher proof. This is at 116. Wild Turkey does barrel typically at a lower proof than most distilleries. It has to be 125 or below at the barreling point for bourbon. I think Wild Turkey usually barrels between 107 and 110. So typically when bourbon ages, the proof goes up because it has a higher heat typically throughout the year versus like an Irish or Scotch whiskeys, which tend to actually go down in proof while they're aging. So this has increased to 116, but it's not like your Elijah Craig's or other like barrel proofs that might be 120 to even 140. Your Coy Hill releases from like Jack Daniels. So again, though, similar on the nose is going to be similar to 101. Yeah. So surprisingly, very rye forward for only being 13% rye in the mash bill. Bryce and I were talking about this earlier. Maybe it's the yeast strain that they use that it might be pulling out more of that rye spice, pulling it more forward. Still your classic bourbon notes of vanilla and caramel, though. Very oak forward. A hint of citrus. Yeah. Basically a high proof 101. You're getting a lot of bacon spices, a lot of black pepper, but again, strong classic bourbon notes of caramel and vanilla there. Surprisingly, if you're used to drinking higher proof, surprisingly easy drinking for 116 proof. It doesn't drink 15 points higher than like the 101. And depending on where you're at, it might be a pretty good value. Sometimes you can see this as low as $35, $40. Some places might have it as high as $55, $60. I wouldn't say it's a great value at $55, $60, but if you can find it for $50 or below, pretty good value here. Especially if you like the Wild Turkey typical flavor profile, which is what you're getting at a much higher proof, more dense, more punchy, if you will, because of that higher proof, and you're definitely getting that with this. I'd say medium long finish. Still not a lot of ethanol burn. The burn mostly comes off as spice, as peppery, not alcohol. And with that, I'd say it's a very good bottling. And if you can find it, grab it. They do this in batches. I don't know if it actually labels it as a batch number, but they do release this in batches, and so I think the proof does change from here to there depending on which batch they're on, and it might be the same batch throughout the year. So anyway, we have been drinking Wild Turkey Rare Breed. Cheers.